What if one simple choice could reveal the part of your personality you've been unconsciously hiding your entire life? Right now, you're about to take a psychological test inspired by Carl Jung, a test designed to expose your emotional shadow, the side of you that influences your decisions, your relationships, and even your loneliness without you realizing it. In a moment, I'll show you 4 different tarot cards. Each one represents a hidden emotional pattern deep inside your mind. But here's the catch. You won't choose logically. You'll feel drawn to one, and that instinctive choice says more about you than you think. Most people get uncomfortable with what they discover in the last card. So take a breath, clear your mind, and when you're ready, choose the tarot card that pulls you in the most. Because once you see what it means, you won't be able to unsee it. If you chose card number 1, this isn't random. This card is deeply connected to a part of you that you rarely show. Not because you want to hide it, but because you've learned that expressing it never really changed anything. Psychologically, this reflects what Carl Jung described as the emotional shadow formed through silent endurance. You're someone who feels deeply, but processes everything internally. You've trained yourself to carry emotional weight without asking for help, not out of strength alone, but out of habit. You might be the person others rely on, the one who listens, understands, and absorbs. But here's the truth most people don't see about you. You've been holding things in for so long that even you don't fully recognize what you're carrying anymore. This card reveals a hidden pattern. You tend to suppress discomfort to maintain stability. You avoid confrontation, not because you're weak, but because you value peace more than expression. And over time, that creates a quiet tension inside you. But here's where it gets deeper. People who choose this card often experience a strange kind of loneliness, not because they're alone, but because they feel unseen. You're present, but not fully known. And the longer this continues, the more your emotional world becomes something only you understand. But this isn't a flaw, it's a signal. Your mind has been protecting you, teaching you control, resilience, and awareness. But growth begins when you stop carrying everything alone. Because the moment you start expressing even a fraction of what you've been holding back, you don't lose control. You finally gain clarity. And what you discover next might explain even more than this card revealed. If you chose card number 2, this choice is far from accidental. It reveals a part of your personality that most people misread at first. A calm exterior hiding an intense emotional core. According to Carl Jung, this reflects a shadow shaped by suppressed intensity. You are someone who feels things strongly, quickly, and deeply, but instead of reacting, you've learned to contain it. Not everyone notices it, but it's always there. You don't explode. You don't lose control easily. You observe. You calculate. You hold back. And that's exactly where your power comes from, but also where your internal conflict begins. Because the truth is, the more you control what you feel, the more pressure builds beneath the surface. This card points to a hidden pattern. You've trained yourself to stay composed in situations where most people would react emotionally. You've become someone who thinks before acting, someone who doesn't let feelings dictate your behavior. But here's what most people don't realize about you. Just because you don't show it, doesn't mean you don't feel it. In fact, people who choose this card often carry unexpressed frustration, unspoken desires, and emotions that never found a safe place to exist. And over time, that creates a silent tension, not visible from the outside, but very real on the inside. This doesn't make you unstable. It makes you aware. But awareness without release can turn into emotional distance from others and eventually from yourself. This card is not exposing a weakness. It's revealing your threshold, because at some point, even controlled fire needs direction, not suppression. And what your next choice reveals might show exactly where that fire is trying to lead you. If you chose card number 3, this reveals something subtle, but deeply powerful about your inner world. At first glance, you might see yourself as independent, self-sufficient, even emotionally stable. But this card points to something beneath that surface, a distance you've built not by accident, but by experience. In the lens of Carl Jung, this reflects a shadow formed through emotional detachment. Not because you lack feelings, But because at some point you learned that getting too close came with a cost. So you adapted. You became someone who observes more than expresses. Someone who thinks before trusting. Someone who can be surrounded by people and still feel slightly removed. This card reveals a hidden pattern. You protect your inner world by creating space. Emotional space, psychological space, sometimes even physical distance. And the truth is, it works. You avoid unnecessary drama. You stay in control. You don't get easily overwhelmed by others. But here's what most people don't see, and what this card is trying to show you. That same distance that protects you can also prevent deeper connection. People who choose this card often struggle with a quiet contradiction. They value connection, but resist vulnerability. They want to be understood, but hesitate to fully open up. And over time, this creates a unique kind of loneliness, one that doesn't come from isolation, but from emotional separation. This isn't a flaw. It's a strategy your mind developed to keep you safe. But strategies that protect you can also limit you, because real connection requires something your shadow has been avoiding: emotional exposure. And here's the part most people don't expect. Once you recognize this pattern, you start to see exactly where it's holding you back. If you chose card number 4, this choice reveals something intense about your emotional world, something that doesn't always stay on the surface, but quietly shapes how you think, react, and connect with others. From the perspective of Carl Jung, this reflects a shadow built through emotional imprinting, meaning your past experiences didn't just stay in the past. They echo in your present behavior. You're someone who feels deeply, but more than that, you remember deeply. Moments, words, reactions, they don't just disappear for you. They stay, they replay, they influence. This card reveals a hidden pattern. Your emotional responses today are often connected to unresolved impressions from before, not always consciously, but consistently. You might find yourself reacting strongly to situations that seem small on the surface, or feeling something intense without fully understanding why. And here's the part most people miss about you. You're not overreacting. You're responding to layers. People who choose this card often carry emotional echoes, past experiences that were never fully processed, only stored. And over time, those echoes shape expectations, fears, and even the way you interpret other people's actions. This can make you incredibly perceptive. You notice patterns others ignore. You sense shifts in energy before they're obvious. But it can also create internal weight, a feeling that something is always lingering beneath the present moment. This isn't a weakness, it's depth. But depth without understanding can feel overwhelming. Because when the past keeps influencing the present, it becomes harder to see things clearly for what they are now. And this is where your awareness changes everything. Because once you recognize the echo, you gain the ability to separate what's happening now from what happened before. No matter which card you chose, what you just experienced wasn't random. It was a reflection, a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow, the hidden side of your personality that quietly shapes your thoughts, behaviors, and emotional patterns. Each choice revealed something different, but they all point to the same truth. There are parts of you that operate beneath awareness, influencing how you connect, how you react, and how you experience the world around you. And here's what most people never realize. The goal isn't to eliminate your shadow, it's to understand it. Because the moment you become aware of these hidden patterns, you stop being controlled by them. You start seeing your reactions differently. You begin to understand your emotions instead of questioning them. You recognize behaviors that once felt automatic, and suddenly they become choices. That's where real psychological growth begins. Not in perfection, but in awareness. So the real question isn't which card you chose. It's what you're going to do with what you just discovered. Because once you see yourself more clearly, you can't go back to not knowing. And if this made you think deeper about your own mind, there's something even more revealing waiting in the next test. If you made it this far, you already know this wasn't just a simple test. It was a deeper look into your personality and emotional patterns. So now do this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because the next psychological tests inspired by Carl Jung will go even deeper into your mind, your behavior, and your hidden traits. Leave a like if this revealed something real about you. It helps more people discover these powerful personality tests. And in the comments, type the number of the card you chose. 1, 2, 3, or 4. You'll start to notice something interesting when you see how others chose, and how similar the patterns are. Also, don't stop here, watch the next video on your screen right now, and explore the full playlist of psychological tests designed for self-discovery, emotional intelligence, and human behavior. Because the more you understand your mind, the more control you have over your life.